Hi, you guys. It is Friday, April 3rd, 2015. My name is Doris, and this is the Knit and Purl, P-E-A-R-L, podcast, episode 45. A day late, dollar short. In social media, I had a brain fart right then. I am One Fine Cow, all spelled out, on Ravelry and Twitter. I am One Fine Design, the number one, on Facebook and Etsy. I am Doris M. Smith, all smooshed together on Instagram. This podcast has a Ravelry group, which is the Knit and Purl, and that's P-E-A-R-L, podcast group. And this week, we have 3 new members. Wow. Yay. Welcome. I always shout out new members. So if you join the group and you don't want to be shouted out, you need to send me a message and somehow let me know. But we have Hot Needle ×2, who is Sherry from Youngstown, Ohio. We have With Buttons, who is Shelly from, I can't pronounce, Ardentville, PA. And we have Survivor 11, who is Sue from Belvedere, Illinois. And I had to look up Illinois. Illinois, kind of a neighbor. So she's up past Chicago area, close to Wisconsin. So, hi Sherry, hi Shelly, hi Susan. Come on in, make yourself welcome, or make yourself at home. You're welcome. Also, we usually have birthday shout outs, and there's no birthdays the first part of April. So unless you haven't put your birthday, don't share it with Ravelry. If not, and it is your birthday this week or this coming week, happy birthday. So if you are new to this podcast, thank you so much for coming. Sit back, relax, grab a beverage of choice and your craft of choice, and just relax and enjoy. And I hope that if you find something that is of entertainment or inspiration, that you will go over here and click that red subscribe button, and that you'll go over on this side and hit that thumbs up button. I would thank you very much. Leave a comment below. Say hello. And if you're returning, I thank you guys so much. I really, really, really appreciate you coming back and watching and commenting and joining the Ravelry group. And, so with YouTube this week, we are at 234 from 219 last week. Ugh, wow. I don't know what happened. I don't know if I got shouted out or if somebody was just looking for new podcasts. I don't know. But if you shouted me out, thank you so much. It's so awesome to see growth. Oh, so amazing. Thank you guys so much. So we are at time to draw for the March Knit What You Love knit along. So I have a list. I just went through the chatter post thread of and I wrote down all of the people who posted finished objects, numbered them 1 through 11. So I'm just going to do the random number generator. And we will draw and see who gets the $6 Ravelry pattern. 1 through 11. Let me show you. We've got 1 through 11. Generate. Oh, wow. Number 1 is the winner. And oh my goodness. Lady in Tennessee, Lady in 10, 48. You are the winner of the $6 Ravelry pattern. And I'm trying to see, I think she knitted a barley hat in a matter of days. I was totally surprised. Well, shoot. Come on up. Nope, I'm going to have to sign in. And I'm having a little bit of computer issues. I hope that everything goes smoothly, but you never know. I just want to pull up her post and show you. I had it was really a good idea to do the knit along and have the thread just be for everything, because it was so much fun. And we had a lot more get my words straight, participation, and a lot of talking, and I thought it was wonderful. And I thank you guys so much. Lady in 1048. Let me see. I'm sorry. I can't remember. Deborah. She made this beautiful, no, it wasn't a barley hat. It was a Ricky hat. My favorite hat. I'm planning on getting another one on the needles soon. But anyway, Deborah, Lady in 1048, contact me on Ravelry and let me know what pattern you want. Thank you. That was fun. So for April, I'm going to open a thread. I know it's a few days late, but it's been one of those weeks. I'm going to open a thread just for finished objects for the month of April. And I'll write the rules and everything as soon as this evening, I'll get that written up. And the prize this time is going to be some yarn. Thank you, friend of the podcast. So, which leads us into the stash this week. And I have a little stash. The color looks kind of weird on the camera. It's an overcast day, so what can you do? It's Good Friday. So let's just move on. So I don't know how the color's going to be on my stash, but we're just going to roll with the punches, So I got a lot of acrylic, okay? I got some Thick and Quick homespun, and the color is Lagoon. I had a project in mind. I planned on having it on the needles for a simple shrug that I have made in the past, and I wore it to a restaurant, bar and grill, and I ended up taking it off and leaving it, and I never saw it again. So I want to make another one with this when I figure out the right needles I want to use. I went to Hancock Fiber because I was like, let me just go in here and see what kind of yarn they have. So I got 2 of these Barnett Super Value. This color, and it's 100% acrylic. This color is called Wedgwood. I'm trying to see the yardage. $275 yards. It's acrylic, but it's soft and nice. And this one, another one, is called Fresh Lilac. So I have a plan. I've been wanting to crochet and make some more of these pouches and line them and put them on in my Etsy shop. I'm thinking. And I got some Vanna's Choice, which is Lion Brand. And it's 100% acrylic. And this one is called Purple Mist. And this one is called Denim Mist. And like I said, these are just maybe for hats or for some pouches. I like the colors. So that's my stash for the week. So, the story of the week. It's been a really rough week. Hence the reason why it's a day late today. But anyway, it's been, I have a rough week. I've not been sleeping, stress at work. I had to do a continuing ed on Monday night, which took all night long, all evening long. And I haven't been to the gym. A couple days of not eating great. And at one point during the week, I was like, oh, I can't do this. I should just not do this. I should quit because I can't keep it together. And I was like, whoa, cut. Wait a minute, Doris. You know what you want. So, I'm probably going to, or my plan is to do a reboot on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, which means I'm just going to do a juice cleanse and focus on my plans and get back on track. So, but saying that doesn't mean I'm giving myself free rein to just eat and do whatever I want on this holiday weekend. No, I'm not. I'm going to do my best to stay on track and not go too crazy. So the pearl for the week is from diet.com, and it's surviving a bad weekend or a bad week. So, I'm probably not the only one in this situation. And so I just wanted to share some tips and some things. And I'm sorry. Let me see. I was going to put it on my phone. Try to get it on my phone. Like I said, I'm having a little bit of computer issues today. So let me see if I can pull it up. Okay. Yes, it is. So I'm going to read it from my phone so I'm not looking up here and being all crazy looking. So it is surviving a bad weekend or a bad week or eating choices. And it's just, any dieter can have a bad day, week or weekend. What separates the successful weight loser from the less successful one is their ability to quickly pick themselves up, dust themselves off, and refocus. Oh, stop it. I told you I'm having computer issues. It just went dead. So I'm going to have to read it off the computer. So it says, successful weight losers know that the path to a long-term weight loss is not always a straight line. In fact, more often than not, it can be a bumpy road, one filled with detours and jagged paths that range from overdoing it on the holiday time or indulging over a long weekend. It is important to set yourself up for a successful path to long-term weight loss. Learn how to quickly come back after a bad weekend is in order. And then it gives like 3 or 4 tips, but I'm just going to read, I'm sorry, my nose itches, the first tip and maybe save the other tips for another time. But it says, look at the big picture. Nutrition experts know that the quality of your diet is not set in stone from one meal, one day, one week end. Instead, your diet quality is made up of many choices that occur over weeks and months. You need to remember that if you're coming off of a weekend where you made some bad food choices, you can start the week by making some healthy, good food choices. A long-term healthy weight loss program is not about having to be perfect all the time. It is about balancing out the worst days with some better ones And as time goes on and you gain more control, you'll see that overall you will have better days and better weekends. So, just like me thinking to myself that I was just going to forget it, I had to step back and say, what were your goals? Why is this failing? And try to remember that I don't have to be perfect. I want to be perfect. I want to lose weight faster and whatever, but we just have to learn. We just have to just pick ourselves back up if we eat a cookie and, eat a bag of chips or whatever, and just like, okay, refocus. What are your goals? What do you want to accomplish? And realize that it's not the end of the world if you have 100 calories more than your allotted calories for the day. And just that's the health pearl. Let's move on now. Thank you guys who aren't a bit interested for hanging in here. Now we're going to get to the knitting. I have two faux. The first one is not quite finished, but the crocheting is done. My pouch. I haven't got a button put on yet, and I'm going to block it. I'm going to make it I'm going to wet it and like stretch it out a little bit so my phone will go in it easier. Right now it's like, so there it is. And I had this much of my Leading Man Fiber Arts hand spun left. So I think I successfully got that hand spun out of my stash. So the yarn is Leading Man Fiber Arts hand spun in the You Betcha colorway. I just did, I crocheted it with an H hook. I just started, which is a US 8 5mm. And I just like crocheted a number of chains, and then I just started going around. Single crochet around and around and around. And then I stopped the round and did a couple, several rows of single crochet where I thought it would be good. Then I crocheted to this hole. Then I did 3 chains and then crocheted. And then when I came back, I put 3 single crochets in the chain to make the buttonhole. So I'm going to wash this, block it out, get a pretty button to put on it, and it will be completely finished. Okay. I love what I'm knitting, and I also have this entered on in Everlast. Let me see if it's still. I'm also knitting this for. Oh gosh. Okay. Thank you. The Eternal Ranch Fiber Arts group. There are knitting Martina Bem patterns, so this is going to be entered into that. I knit this on. If you notice, it's kind of bigger than most Martina Bems, but I did this worsted weight on a US 10 6mm Addy Turbos, and Hitchhiker obviously is a bot pattern on Ravelry by Martina Bem. Worsted weight, I did Red Heart Super Saver, and the color is Bright Mix. And I was knitting it last night during American Idol, and I was like, this is getting kind of big. And I'm like, ooh, I think it's big enough. Let me show you. So, yeah, it's good size, and it's got a nice, it'll cover my shoulders good. I like that. And I got 25 of 42 teeth with this, but I absolutely just, I love it. I love the color. I love that it's like more of a shawl. Yes, this is something I knitted because I loved it. So, okay, that's all the finished objects. Oh, sorry, taking up time. Don't you just love watching podcasters fold up their stuff? My whips. So I'm still working on the vanilla socks, which is in my Joanne Springs Knit Spin Farm bag, and there is a link in the show notes for this. So I have one done. I'm just doing shorty socks. Just some shorty socks. This is the half object, and I got a good amount done of the second sock. I knitted on this during I had to do some continuing ed Monday night at home on the computer. So it was one of those video things where you click through and it's audio recorded so that you listen, and so I had time and I did. So last week, I think I forgot to put one of those, progress keepers in, but I think I was like right about in this area last week, just above the heel, so probably about there. So I got a good amount done. I've been so busy, I haven't had a lot of knit time this week, but anyway, it's just a plain vanilla shorty sock. I did it less than an inch of 2x2 rib, and then another, 2/3 of an inch of stockinette. Started the fish lips kiss heel, and I'm just doing stockinette for the foot. And using my lovely sock ruler to measure my progress. So this is how it works. See, it's like measures where I am and I don't know if you can see with this light. So isn't that cool? Oops, I'm going the wrong way. So it's in the heel, showing me how far I have to go up to here before I start the toe decreases. So, it's not that much left to do. So let me tell you about the yarn. I'm using my Carbons 2.75 40-inch circulars. The yarn is from a New Zealand dyer who isn't dyeing anymore. Soft Like Kittens, noodle sock, and the colorway is rhubarb stocks, and it is a 75% superwash and 25% nylon. So I'm getting a pair of shorty socks, a pair of foraging mittens, and I've got this much left, so it's not gonna kill it yet, but I think that's a pretty good skein of yarn for as much as I've gotten from it. So okay, so I'm contemplating. I'm contemplating, as they say, drinking the Kool-Aid. I keep looking at this little coaster thing and thinking how this is made out of sock yarn. Yeah, I've been contemplating starting a blanket. I don't know that I will. I have so many projects that I want to do that there's never enough time to do them all. And I thought I would be done with this too, but I'm not. my Raspberry Cordial, which is a paid-for pattern on Ravelry by Tanya Marie Willis Anderson. It is my Raspberry Cordial. Did I say that already? So I am at the point where I'm almost done, but here it is. Here's my Raspberry Cordial. There's the fancy part right here. Is that gorgeous or what? I did some modifications. Let me just kind of show you. Okay, here I added a garter ridge every 6 pattern repeats because I'm so used to doing garter that when it's stockinette and it starts rolling up, it gets on my nerves. So, and here's the lovely lace pattern. So beautiful. And I'm on the last repeat before I work on binding off. Like I said, I was hoping to be done with this, but I'm not. But I love the color and I can't wait to get it off the needles and have it around my shoulders. It's so beautiful. Mm-hmm. I don't know how this is going to block out because I've got the acrylic in it. So let me show you this. One more time. You get a quick pick. And it's kind of bunched up on the needle so you can't really see it. But oh, like I said, and it's rolling up over here. I can't wait to get it done. To have it around my shoulders. Let me see if I can kind of show you. This is the top. And I've got it all twisted up. Hope I don't lose stitches. It's funny because the pen, this is going to be a nice size. Nice size. Is that gorgeous? I will knit another one of these. Yes, I will. Because it has been so much fun to work with. What was I going to say? The yarn. The main color is this, which is Plymouth Yarn's Encore. And the color is a number. Several numbers. Can you see it? And shoot, I put the other colors away. I used a white that I had in my stash, and I bought this pink, which sorry. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, there's the pink. And there's the white. Okay. Ha. I found it. The white is Vanna's Choice Baby. And the pink is from Deborah Norville Everyday Collection. It's called Baby Pink, I think. Yep. Yep, Baby Pink. Okay. Just going to set them over there for now. Okay, I try to put everything away so there's not stuff sitting around. And this is also in my Joanne Springs Knit Spin Farm. The modifications that I made to this pattern is that I used worsted instead of bulky, and I'm knitting it on my Addy Turbos 40-inch circulars. And I added the garter ridge because the rolling up of the stockinette was driving me crazy. Also, if you follow me on Instagram, you saw that last Sunday I was knitting backwards because I had messed up a part of a place in the lace, and I was too afraid to. I'm just not very good at ripping back, so I knitted back 3 rows. So that in these Pinterest, I have a tutorial for that thing. I'm not going to put this in right now because too much messing around. Okay, spinning. I told you last week that I was going to spin all of this and then learn to chain ply or Navajo ply. Well, this is all I've got left. It's also attached, so it's a little bit more than this. Almost done with this. I'm looking forward to learning to chain ply. I'm watching other people. It doesn't look that hard. Also, I'm going to practice with just some yarn I have in my stash, learning how to do that whole. And they also suggest that once you finish spinning, to let it rest for like a week so that it's kind of calmed down, so that in the chaining, when you chain ply, it's a little bit easier to handle. So looking forward to that. This is Kramer Yarns Mock Chunky Roving, 60% New Zealand wool and 40% domestic wool. So we are going to move into Pinterest. And I have tried to link, and I'm going to try to link my Stumble. Like I said, I'm having some issues with the computer right now. I'm hoping that Stumble will come up. I'm worried about Stumble before I get there, but yeah, darn it, it's not. I'm going to try it again. Okay, let's see what happens. Anyway, I have to go to Pinterest. And I'm on Pinterest. And there is a link to the show notes to this. Pinterest tutorial going back, part 2, ripping it. And there are picture tutorials and written tutorials on how to, you go into the stitches and then rip back, and then how to get your yarn and your rows situated to start knitting again. I was able to do this with my freesia, but because of the lace portion of my raspberry cordial, I was just a little nervous, so that's why I knitted back 4 rows. But anyway, there's a tutorial on how to rip it. How to rip it. Like I said, links in the show notes for those of you who are kind of newbies on repairing stuff like me. This gives a good diagram and on how to do it. Links in the show notes. And I will link the Stumble as soon as I can get it open. Let me try it on my phone. I did get it up on my phone earlier today. Stumble. So, while we're waiting for this, technical difficulties. Okay. I thought this was cool, and please tell me you will load. Look what I'm dealing with. It's not loading. Aww. Aww. Okay, I'm not gonna like keep you guys waiting with bated breath. It's not, for some reason it's not loading. So what it is there's like 3 old school crafts, grown up versions of your favorite old school crafts. Can you see that? Grown up versions of your favorite old school crafts. They have, what's listed is a grown up version of the friendship bracelet where you use a big link chain, and it's kind of cool. And then there was working with clay to make a jewelry bowl, and there was a bling your phone case working with the plastic jewels to make. And I'm so sad that I can't show you, but I will link it in the show notes as soon as I can get this sucker to load up so I can get the link. I'm going to link it. So, thank you guys. Wait a minute. I'm going to try it this way. And I'll try to cut this out so you guys don't have to listen to me. Grown up versions of old school. I don't care if you can spell right, Doris. School. Let's see what comes up here. Please work. Please work. Please work. Please work. Come on. Okay, so maybe it's not me. It's maybe it's the website. I don't know. Okay. If you can see right here, here it is. There's the bracelet, there's the jeweled, and here is the pretty pink. Safari cannot open the page because it could not establish the secure. So, okay, we're done. I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday weekend, that you don't eat too much chocolate, and that you enjoy your time with your family and friends. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye, you guys.